What's going on, guys, and happy new year. New year, new me. Probably not, because my face is the different color than my chest, and that's me every year in my life. I'll just cover that up now. So what I'm here to talk about today is the fact that I wanted to kind of change this YouTube channel, and I know I have like random stuff on here, but I wanted to make this YouTube channel like basically around what's really important and the biggest part of my life, honestly, and that is my chronic illness, lupus, my bestie lupus. And with my lupus comes lupus nephritis, or kidney disease. And so I kind of wanted, and for a long time I've been wanting to do this, but really I think that this is the time now. Right now is the time for me to really just turn this channel into a channel where I can just talk about what I'm going through, talk about just things that other people that have this disease or diseases like it can relate to. And I know the past 8 years that I've had this disease, I've always just wanted people that I could relate to, just people that understood what I was going through, or to know people are going through the same things as me, even if I don't ever talk to them. I just know them, or know about them, or know about their stories. It made me feel normal in my own way, because when I just know that I feel a certain way, but none of my friends feel that way, and none of my family feels that way, and I just feel a certain way, and I don't know anyone else that has a disease that feels a certain way about something. I just feel so weird and so alone. And when I hear other people's stories that are like me and they're going through similar things or the same thing as me, I just feel like so much better, and so much like I have a connection with someone, even if I never talk to them in my life. So that's what I'm hoping to turn this channel into. I also made an Instagram page called Lupus Around the World. I'll link it below. And that's kind of just where I want to share whatever I feel like sharing about what, like, something I'm doing that day, something I went through, I am going through, just stuff like that. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it yet. Kind of like this video, I don't really know where it's gonna go. I just kind of wanted to just put it out in the universe, and that's what I'm gonna do. So starting off 2019, we have a pretty clean slate. 2018 definitely tested me and definitely affected my life a lot. So if you saw my older video that I kind of was talking about what recently happened to me this year because of my lupus, it was about a video or two back. I kind of went into better detail about everything that happened to me and what I really went through. So basically, the beginning of this year, I've been in remission. I was in remission for about 7 years, and coming into this year, I put a lot of stress on myself, and I ended up flaring. Worst flare I've ever gone through. I didn't even know it was possible, and my kidneys just started shutting down. Norm for me is 60, and they were down to like 10%, I believe. And I was in the hospital. I was completely huge off, you know, steroids, your kidneys not working. It was horrible. I'm a big gym freak, and all those years of working out just went to crap, because I was in the time I was super puffy and bloated from the water weight and everything and the medicine. But later, like now, I'm 30 pounds lighter than I was last year, and that's all my muscle gone. Not all of it, but the majority. Also, because of this, I had to drop school, and I decided not to go back until I'm fully in remission. I know I could go back now, but that's honestly just the choice that I made, and I'm gonna stick to that. And I also ended up getting fired from my job because of this. So I'm not gonna shout out where I was working. If you know me and you know where I was working, then you know. But yes, they did fire me because I was sick. Suable, I know. Anyway, and during this time I also was going through, they put me through a 6-week round of chemo. Come to find out the chemo did not work to help my kidneys. Ended up going through another IV treatment called rituximab. That was 2 different infusions, about 6-hour infusion time each. That also did not work, but I'm pretty sure it's still in my system. So I'm not really on kidney medicine at the moment. So it is working, but it didn't improve my kidneys. It just kept them the same. So I guess you can say it's working. Also with that, this year, if you have an illness and when it's not acting up, like if you're in remission and you have a chronic illness, like at one point you did go through something that made you get diagnosed, that made you find out you had this illness, that made you change everything about your life. Like even when I was in remission, even my doctors would say it's crazy that it's like you don't even have lupus. It's like you don't even have arthritis, you know? It's like you don't even have kidney disease, because everything was just fine for so many years. And I would wake up and go to sleep with no pain. I was just barely fatigued, not even noticeable fatigued. I did everything plus what I wanted to do. Like it's crazy, but still, even though I was living a normal life, I still always remembered what I went through when I got diagnosed. When that whole year, a whole year, I didn't know what was wrong with me. Months of hair falling out, eyes not being able to see at certain points, the fluid in my lungs, I didn't know why I couldn't breathe. Rashes all over my body that just burned, the butterfly rash. I had pockets of fluid in my hands and my feet and my legs, and they would move and I didn't know what it was. Like things like that no one really knows what happened except for you. Sorry, except for you and like your parents or whoever was living with you, but they really don't know what you went through. They saw it, but they don't feel what you felt. They see you in the hospital and they see you getting poked with needles and they see you putting this medicine inside your body, but you're the one feeling it. You feel it. And for me, as a little kid, it really changed me, because I was 13 when I got diagnosed, and it was at that point that I became super insecure. I never was insecure before. I became super insecure. I changed everything about how I thought about life, and that's saying a lot from a 13-year-old, because you don't care about life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, life is just life. Like, you're 13, you're in middle school, about to go in high school. Life's great. You probably just got a phone, and you get to hang out with your friends all the time. You don't work, you don't do anything. It's just fun. You play sports, or you do whatever activities that you like to do. For me, band. It was great. But for someone that's gone through something like that, you think so differently. And for me, I really thought about my life so much more. I thought about that at any moment something can go wrong, so I need to live my life like it's my last day, but obviously being reasonable. Like, if I had to tell someone something, I tell them. If I felt a certain way, I say it. If I want to go on a trip, I go. If I'm just more, I just lived more like in the moment and not so much worrying about every little thing, because at the end of the day, if I get sick again, nothing matters. All that matters is the days that I wake up and I feel good and I do whatever I want, and the days that I wake up and feel bad and I get through it, you know? But people don't get that. People that are in our life that are normal, they don't get that. only the really, really, really good ones try to understand, and they will try and try, and they will never understand. They'll get to learn you. They'll learn why you're acting a certain way, why you're being irritable, why you're so tired, but they'll never understand. And those that really, really don't love, that really, really don't, aren't mature enough to understand, they never will. Because for some of us, we get diagnosed very, very young. And at that young age, we have to decide then that we want to think differently, that we decide then how we feel. People that are young like us, they don't really have the time to understand. They don't want to understand. They don't understand because they're just young. They're living life. They're partying. When I was 13, I made a choice that I was never gonna drink. Okay, my mom and dad drink a lot. My sister, my younger sister, she drinks a lot too. And I just decided when I'm older and I'm a teenager, I'm not gonna drink. When I'm 21, I'm not gonna drink, blah, blah, blah. I never did. I didn't have my first sip of alcohol till I was 21. And the reason why I did drink alcohol, it's a horrible reason, but it was just because I was just so sad and depressed and upset with what my life was. And this was this past year, 2018, because I felt like I lost everything, that I was defeated. And I was just like, I never drank alcohol for health, and now I'm not healthy, so okay, gotta drink. And I realized that's wrong a couple months later, but I think everyone kind of goes through that when they feel like they're at their lowest point. That what's the point? What's the point of doing good when nothing's good? Everything's just going wrong. But I guess the point, what I'm trying to say with this little video, is that 2018 was definitely a learning year. Everyone has good years and okay years and great years. 2018 was my learning year. I don't want to say it's bad, even though it feels like it was horrible, because I haven't even touched on half of the things that have happened to me this year or last year that broke me a little bit. I'm just gonna say, and this is what one of my close friends told me today, was 2018 was a good year. We have good years and we have better years. That's it. Good or better. Last year was good. 2019 can only be better, because let me tell you, I hit rock bottom with my life, with my career, with my school, with my illness, with my relationship. It can only get better from here. And if you feel like you're at rock bottom too, looks like we're only going to get better, both of us together. So that's all I had to say. That's all I wanted to talk about today. Oh my god. That was funny. That's all I wanted to talk about today. If you kind of like this rant, then give it a like, thumbs up. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.